A little wrestling aside here before we get into the Devil May Cry stuff, but WrestleMania is this weekend, and okay, even as somebody who's been paying tangential awareness to the product since, well, like the first WrestleMania that I seen, okay, with my eyes live was WrestleMania 15, okay, Rock v Austin won, okay, and now we're heading into, what is it, WrestleMania 41, and I couldn't imagine a more cooler build, even though I keep hearing from different corners, oh, wrestling's never been hotter, the Fed is totally on fire, bro, totally trust us and believe us. But it's so funny, right? Like in the lead up to Mania, okay, like this is the second to last stop for Netflix. It's big brand new deal on Netflix, even though, you know, you're getting a similar amount of people watching the product over a 7-day stretch as you used to get on USA Network. But it's a hit. Don't worry, guys, everything is fantastic. I'm sure Netflix isn't regretting their multi-billion-dollar 10-year long commitment to the Fed. It's totally gonna work out for them. Trust me, bro. But just there, oh my god, like it's just getting so cringe, right? Like I pay attention. I don't watch the product or anything like that. I don't have Netflix. I couldn't care less about the maudlin, pathetic in-ring action. But every once in a while, I see all of this pathetic stuff of them continuing to bring out celebrity cameos after celebrity cameos, like Bert Kreischer, like, what is this, 2016, when the Machine story was still interesting? Like, he comes out, okay, you got Travis Scott throwing non-worked punches and putting, the orbital socket of your undisputed champion in apparel a month before the big show. Not the big show, but, Mania. And then you hype up this big heel turn with John Cena, and then you don't put him on TV because he has better things to do. Yeah, it's really just hyping up the importance of the product. But also, like I said, just wheeling out all of these celebrities that nobody gives a shit about, and especially, considering and calling Adi Shankar, okay, a celebrity is a big step. But yeah, he gets front billing. He gets his own shout out on Raw as the creator of Devil May Cry. Oh my god, Hideki Kamiya, man. Like, okay, we talked about him recently. I think it was, in regards to Assassin's Creed Shadows, because nobody needs to care about that stuff. But yeah, he's a creative genius. Just don't let him go off on, a tangent about other stupid shit that he doesn't really know all that much about. But yeah, to go ahead and besmirch the great name of that beloved franchise and affix it to this asshole, well, at least the people gave him the response that he so desperately deserved, because this right here, we could play a lot of it. And I gotta pause it probably at about the 5 or 6 second mark, because there is some copyright music in the background, but you need to hear the crowd response to this, because it's classic.
Adi Shankar, the creator of the new Netflix series.
Bro, he gets a shout. Listen, he gets a shout out. He puts his finger up, bloodline, because that's still the poppin' thing. You got one kid in the background giving thumbs up. That's nice.
Devil May Cry.
And then
now he's dressed up as the main character, Dante, a half human, half.
Yep, he's looking around for anybody to recognize him. Listen, I gotta put on this Dante wig, even though I hate the product that I'm quote unquote adapting, and I put on my best red leather trench coat. I did that only to have my handler make that disappointed face. It's like, oh Christ, man, this shit is super cringe and you're awful. But that just goes to show you what people think about this highly anticipated, a big budget Devil May Cry anime, which, holy Christ, man. What a mess. Absolute abomination. But Adi Shankar claims Netflix's Devil May Cry is part of the Adi Shankar animation banner, not bootleg universe. What are we talking about here? I don't know. This guy's, he purports himself to be a big deal, but I've never heard of this dork in my life. That's not to go ahead and diminish any of the work that he's done before. The only thing that I know him for is complaining and adding to that cancellation attempt by saying that Apu on The Simpsons was super racist. It's so funny how a household name like Apu Nahasapima Pedalon is still there, even though he got quote-unquote retired as a character, 5 years ago at this point in time. He is still referenced, and you're working in the industry and nobody knows who the fuck you are. Classic. I operate under 2 distinct creative banners: the bootleg universe, where I remix, reinterpret, and intentionally take bold liberties and subvert existing IPs. Why would you get hired to do any sort of an adaptation if you just actively come out and say, yeah, I wear the skin suit of other people's franchises and I do whatever the fuck I want with them? Hey, meanwhile, there's Adi Shankar Animation, where I play things straight, honoring the source material's core essence. Why would you, man, this is as stupid as Hillary Clinton or Ben Shapiro coming out and saying, well, I have a public persona and I have a private persona. Why the fuck would you say that? Even if it is the case, why would you make that proclamation like you're just some sort of truth sayer? What a dork. Captain Oh, Laserhawk was developed under Bootleg Universe. The entire series was designed as a pastiche. Oh, just when you thought Neil Druckmann was the most cringe person associated with video games, or I'm sorry, narrative experiences via a controller, and commentary on toy commercials and pop culture saturation I grew up with, every character reinterpretation, including Pagan Min, was deliberate and served that remix ethos. Yeah, we did something with Far Cry 4, the last game from, well, at least the last Far Cry game that I gave a shit about from Ubisoft. By contrast, Devil May Cry falls under Shankar animation, where fidelity to the original spirit of the IP guides every creative decision, which just sounds like, your Bootleg Universe interpretation with a couple of more self-aggrandizing flourishes. Okay, the original spirit, which just sounds a lot like a remix or a reinterpretation. But hey, you don't have to go with my interpretation. We could just simply go with what this idiot had to write and what he put to screen here. Okay, because here's one of the demons apparently. Because hey, what Harry Robinson from the Lotus Eaters asks. Okay, what makes millennials write like this? Oh, a severe lack of talent and severe life experience, or just even adoration of the source material. Okay, because how do you write the demons from Devil May Cry and you try to give them anything approaching this? Okay, he was a demon knight, whatever that means, big bad warrior, blah blah blah, 2,000 years ago when our world was still connected to their shithole, and Mundus wasn't happy just ruling that shithole. I guess Sparta woke up one day and realized, hey, this is evil as fuck. He fought against Mundus, taking out hundreds of his own former legions. Kind of at least he could fucking do, really. Oh my god. Like, okay, this is an asshole who thought that he could go ahead and take on a great responsibility like adapting Devil May Cry for an animated affair, and the only experience he has with the franchise is by seeing the Devil May Cry 3 intro sequence. Like, that's what you think. You think that Dante is just simply this mind-numbing, irreverent sack of crap. That's what you come away with. What a fucking idiot. But no. A little bit more on the writing process. Netflix's Devil May Cry creator denies show was a Christian bad, America bad, illegals good. Which I bet that probably comes like a big old slap in the face. Like, what are we talking about right here? Oh, okay. Well, Shankar, the creator and showrunner and the WWE star, Netflix's animated Devil May Cry series denied the idea that the show was Christian bad, America bad, illegals good. Back in back in March, ex-user Marshala Bodeman responded to a clip of the show saying, "Demons aren't evil, you're all just bigots. We're reaching levels of religion bad we didn't think were possible." Shankar responded to this assessment, writing, "Feels like bad faith take. My show isn't saying religion bad." Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, no, of course not. Yeah. How do you know we didn't offer? Yeah. How do you know the price we were offered? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's one of the clips that's out there. But yeah, my show isn't saying religion is bad. User Belcanto, recently reacted to the claim, stating after watching the entire show, that is exactly what you were getting at. The entire show was Christian bad, America bad, illegals good. Shankar responded, no, he did not elaborate or offer any other alternative interpretation. Well, there's this one viral clip that's going around, and I mean, in the Netflix Devil May Cry show, and I can't play the audio on this one, but we can scrub through it a little bit. America invades hell like it's a Middle East country. Demons are actually refugees of the war caused by Whitey. And yeah, American Idiot by Green Day is playing in the background. You can see right there, the subtitle is there for the world to see. But yeah, just the character models, man. Like, okay, here's the thing. We're making an anime. Well, anime is referred to, is properly defined as an animation coming out of Japan. It's not a style. It's like declaring that you made Studio Ghibli art because you typed a couple of prompts into Chat GPT. You're trying to wear some false valor. And trust me, man, it is just, ugh. It was the same thing with War of the Rohirrim. It's just always pathetic at best. And, well, I mean, the anti-American sentiments right here, I mean, it's pretty obvious, right? American Idiot, for as much as I hate Green Day, they've been very transparent about their motives, especially with that overrated album. It was supposed to be, a takedown of the Bush-Cheney agenda. And, well, I mean, you take a look at, American forces invading hell and the way that the demons are being depicted. I mean, that's pretty Cut and dry right there. I don't know what else you can say, man. That's, as the kids say, it is what it is. But more from this asshole. Yes, the producer says his goal was to capture the essence of the series characters rather than experience the playing of games. This is just another example of somebody taking a beloved franchise, wearing it as a skin suit because they couldn't get their own terrible projects and terrible ideas off the ground. So yeah, just go ahead and just glom onto an established fan base. You're seeing it with Minecraft. You've seen it before with Barbie. Hell, at this point in time, it would just be easier to go ahead and name the franchise or the franchises that haven't been bastardized. Everything from Marvel. DC's about to get a heaping helping of that once again in July after, wading through the tears and screams of what Zack Snyder did to it. Yeah, as video game adaptations are going to be the hot thing. Yeah. All the essence of the characters, yeah, that's never, not once, going to be brought to the forefront. And they are definitely going to be forsaking the experience of playing the games, which, bro, I don't even know. I don't know. According to producer Adi Shankar, the fact that Netflix's Devil May Cry is so wildly off base from its source material is a feature, not a bug of his creative process. And instead of adapting the experience of the original games, he instead chose to focus his efforts on the essence of the series' various characters. What does that mean? It's kind of like saying, I don't know, man. It's got like the vibe of it, It really feels like the characters because they kind of look like it, right? And he says jackpot because Dante says jackpot, right? By now, most readers, in particular those who actually established fans of Capcom's demon-flavored character action franchise, will have caught wind of the tonal disaster that is the new animated adaptation. But in case you haven't, let's just say Shankar's take on Dante's story completely misunderstands its source material. Yeah, exactly. Dante is, a demon hunter. He has nothing to do with American politics like that. I don't know where the fuck you came up with that one, but you do you, man. Yeah, let's not even get into the fact that Shankar gave Devil Trigger theme song, which is awesome, as originally created for the character Nero in Devil May Cry 5, and whose lyrics are reflective of his inner struggle and accepting his Sparta lineage. Yeah, to Dante, who ostensibly, after a thought process that went no deeper than, hey, Dante's using his Devil Trigger, when we give him the song with the name Devil Trigger. Yeah, exactly. But it captures the spirit, right? Because Devil Trigger, you like that song, it's good. We'll go ahead with that. This is the other side of the Minecraft coin right now, okay? Because realistically, like the way that they butchered the source material in that movie, it's getting rewarded because it's inoffensive. Devil May Cry is being derided because it's that same level of inoffensive. It's just more in your face, and yeah, it has culture war talking points. So that's why I'm totally displeased with the amount of people saying, oh, see, Minecraft beat out Snow White, so that means that it's good and we got to support things that just don't openly hate us. No, stop supporting schlock in all of its forms, because the moment that you start to adopt and you start to hold up piles of garbage like Minecraft, that's when we just shift to a different form of lack of creativity in our storytelling that is also just going to continue to be a rot on all of entertainment. And if you think it's going to stop anytime soon, just think of how many video game franchises haven't been pillaged yet. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.